Good morning, good morning, good morning. It is Monday. It is the Monday after the black full moon, and I was feeling so out of sorts this morning. Like I didn't know where I fit, I didn't know where I needed to be. Just feeling like this full moon, I feel like cleaned us out. It cleaned something out of our lives. And I did not research about the black full moon. I have not pulled cards on it yet. I've not done I didn't do a pick a card. I mean, I was so out of sorts this weekend. Um, but what I did do was I got a lot of stuff accomplished. Just literally physically cleaning. And I feel like it was a metaphor because when this morning, I just felt lost. I didn't know where I belonged. I didn't know where I should be. And so coming back old school, guys, literally having my first cup of coffee with you, very little makeup, very little idea of what's going to come through, really feeling like I just needed to engage spirit for messages for all of us because this really felt like there was a purge or a cleaning out that this full moon really did, right? Full moons are all about releasing and letting go. And since this was the second one in this month, like that's a lot of releasing and letting go. And so I'm actually looking at the tea leaf tarot that I've got sitting here. So I'm going to actually start by pulling some tea leaf cards. And I feel like they're going to kind of get us into the energy of what we have been releasing, what we have been letting go. So good morning, everyone. I'm Melissa L. Watkins, evidential medium, master instructor with integrated energy therapy, and also a spiritual life coach. So definitely head over to my website if you want more information on any of that. And look at these. I've got 4 cards literally flipped over. So here we are. First coffee. Thank you for the likes, the subscribes, the shares. Please hit all the buttons, whether you're watching this on Facebook and also on YouTube. When you like my Facebook page, when you subscribe to my YouTube channel, what that's doing is that's actually it's joining your energy to the community, and that informs the readings. So if you're someone that is really feeling like you need support, this is the place to be. So this full moon, second full moon, a big release. And so I feel a little punchy today. I feel a little hungover because we went through it. Something is getting cleared out or got cleared out. And oh my gosh, look at that karma. The first card that wanted to come out was, some karma got cleared out this black full moon. Holy cow. So the second full moon in this month of August, and we are on the tail end of it. It had a karmic release. Some cord was cut. Something was let go because it was time, because you have transmuted it, because you have transformed it, because you have healed it. So there was a karmic release, which could be why we're feeling a little punchy today, why we're feeling a little energetically hung over, right? So karma, this is the year, 2025 is the year of really stepping into your authenticity, really stepping into who you came here to be. So there's going to be a lot of big movement this year. And I feel like this month with this second full moon in it, it definitely has a karma release. And karma is the energy that we carry from lifetime to lifetime. Energy of mistakes that we made, decisions that we didn't make the best decision on, where we did ourselves an injustice by not being the better versions of ourselves, right? We took the low road, right? So that karma, and in these energies of 2025 and really shifting from third dimension into 5D consciousness, unity consciousness, karma is one of the things that is gonna be falling by the wayside. It's not something we're going to be taking into the higher dimensions, the higher consciousness, right? The higher energies. And so a lot is being transmuted of old karma. For some of you, you've been doing this for yourself. For some of you, you've been doing this for your family line, generational karma, right? So this is really played out in a way that is probably taking you to your knees. And in this energy, it really feels like you transmuted or released something that was very heavy, and it was time, because it can't go into the higher dimensions and the higher realms. And it can't go there with your family either. Like, and family generational karma can be, abuses, addictions, lower consciousness, lower ways of thinking, or integrity, lack of integrity, lack of compassion, right? Just really embodying selfishness and criticism and judgment and anger and resentment, and just holding on to that, generation after generation after generation. And that's what really is being released. And so something in your experience in this this past week came up, and it came up because it's time to be let go. It's time to be released. So it might have been very individual. It might be very personal, what came up. And for some of you, it might be the bigger release of just something can't stay anymore. Yeah, and it's probably around a relationship, someone behaving stupidly. That's what it says. I've never seen this card before. So yeah, someone in your life not taking the high road, really leaning into their own selfishness, their own angst, their own anxiety, their own fear, right, in some way. And so they're making decisions that are really impacting you in just a really difficult way, where you're having to take that on and transmute that, because they're not making decisions from that higher frequency, right? They're not making decisions from love. They're not making decisions from integrity. They're not making decisions that are beneficial for anyone, even for themselves. So yeah, when you have that situation, when you've got someone in your life that's really just, they are way smarter than they're acting, that they're more aware than they're letting on, that they know, right? But they're acting a type of way because they don't want to take the higher road. They don't want to do the work. They don't, whatever it is, right? They don't want to apologize. They don't want to admit they were wrong. They don't want to put themselves in a situation where they're going to have to learn, or they're going to have to change or grow or evolve, right? Really, all you can do is let them go with light and love. And those who love you and those who get it, they'll be back, right? And those who don't, they're going to keep going in the direction that they need to go for themselves. And this full moon is highlighting that. Like, it's highlighted it for you. Like, they're not acting from a place of integrity. They're not acting from a place of love, right? They're acting from a place of selfishness and self-preservation and greed and lust and envy and jealousy. I'm definitely feeling that very, very strongly. So whoever this is, if this is you or if this is someone in your life, all you can do is kind of see them where they're at. Again, we can send them prayers, but don't get entangled. Like, be the observer, like, see where they are. Even when they're coming at you and they're trying to trigger you to make themselves feel better, see where they are. Give them the compassion. But at the end of the day, you don't have to take the stuff on, right? It's not yours. And I feel like that's what this full moon did, is it highlighted that for us. And so energetically, that's another reason why we're probably feeling heavy. It's hard to see people you love making choices and decisions where they're going to bump their nose, they're going to stub their toe, or they're going to get downright bloody, and there's nothing you can do. All you can do is pray for them and hope and pray that they move through it more easily than not, right? Yeah, this is definitely a time where it is time for you to seek out the information that you need. So there's information that has come to you that you didn't even know you needed in this energy, whether it was an epiphany, an aha moment, something that spirit brought you that really helped you to understand why people were making choices and decisions around you, or even why you made an unconscious decision yourself. So this was definitely energy that brought you into some knowingness, right? And for some of you, this was definitely your claircognizance coming online, knowing that you know and not knowing how you know, right? And that's all spirit driven. That's all downloads being given to you by spirit. So this full moon was very powerful for claircognizance and really coming into the knowingness, the packets of information, the wisdom codes being given to you through downloads or downloads that you've gotten previously that came online in this last few days. So there's might be time this week that you really need to kind of step back and rest, but take time to journal, take time to look at how am I feeling? What am I being drawn to think about, or what am I being drawn to look at, or what am I being drawn to do, right? Because the information that is coming to you is going to help you in some way. It may not be the information you were wanting or necessarily looking for, but I feel like it's the information that you need. And so, however this resonates for you, just know that that information is there for you because it's time for you to have it, right? The knowingness, it's time for you to know. Be in connection with spirit in a way that allows you to know that you might not have any tangible, physical reason, proof of why something is, but you just know that you know. And that spirit's way of letting you know that your intuition and your instincts are not wrong. And that's going to help you move away from situations that no longer serve you, from relationships that just are worn out. It's just time for you to go in that higher timeline, higher perspective. Yeah, so you were brought a lot of fears, worries, or tense situations in this full moon energy, because what it did is it triggered something in you to come up to be healed, right? So whether it was the wisdom code was triggering an old belief, whether it was just an old fear of lack consciousness. I don't have enough money, I don't have enough resource, I don't have enough opportunity, I don't have enough support in some way, right? So something was being triggered. And it was being triggered because the spirit really wanted you to know that, like, that's an old story. That is an old fear. Like, you are safe and you are stable and you have stability that is sustainable if you lean into it and believe it, right? Believe to receive. So for some of you, this is about getting out and really working, staying in the higher vibrational frequency of gratitude so that the manifestations drop into your experience. This is about getting out of your own way. This is about letting spirit bring to you that which you are desiring, needing, wanting, your goal. It's time. But are you still putting up the block? And I feel like this energy has maybe shown you where you're putting up the block, where the block has been coming from, right? Whether it's lack consciousness or just unworthiness. I don't deserve it, right? Yeah. Okay, so that was half of the pile. So now let's do the other half of the pile. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Good morning, Debbie. Good morning, Joanne. Good morning, Cynthia. Good morning, Presh. Good morning, those of you watching on the replay. Good afternoon. Good evening. Please like, subscribe, share. Thank you for the hearts. Thank you for all of the support, honestly. And thank you for those of you checking out Spiritual 411, my new podcast. And if you've not checked that out, feel free to go to YouTube and hit the podcast playlist. Also, you can find it on I have it on an MP3, so you can listen to it if you're someone that maybe is like driving or you're doing the dishes and you don't want to watch something. You can actually go to podbean.com. So I have linked that on my Facebook. So maybe I'll start linking that in the description box for YouTube as well, for those of you who like to listen to podcasts and don't necessarily want to watch. Um, all right, let's see what else this hangover is, where else this hangover is coming from, this full moon hangover. Yeah, dealings with a relationship with a woman. So for some of you, this is, a friend, a daughter, a mother, sister, aunt, best friend, coworker, whatever it is. There's been some woman in your life that has triggered you, or is mirroring you, or bringing something to your attention that you need to release and let go of, right? Oh, yep. And okay, so the transfer, look at this. Next month, things are going to break open for you next month. What you released, what came up to be transformed, what you have experienced in this last week, this full moon, what came up to be released, what came up to be transmuted, transformed, brought to your attention. For some of you, what came up was things that needed to get done, right? This was what I feel like this was a clearing out. This was a clearing out. And so for some of you, you cleared out your physical space. For some of you, you cleared out emotional space, mental space, energetic space, right? And you're going to reap the rewards next month, right? So this week, before September begins, is going to be more finishing old situations, old to-do lists. And these are not just physical to-do lists. These are mental to-do lists. I've been meaning to, write that letter to that person that is going to allow me to release that anger, right? You're not going to send it. You're going to burn it, or you're going to bury it, right? But you're going to get that out of you, right? Or you're going to start that meditation practice that really gets you into a gratitude practice, right? Or you're really going to start that journal practice that's going to help you tap into that unconscious patterning or belief system, right? Something that is coming up with this black full moon that came up, you are going to reap the reward, the benefit for having done the work this September. I love that. I love that. So I feel like this is energy that is fast moving. This isn't something you're going to have to wait for very long to see the manifestations of the release, or the evolution, or the transformation. Yes, what came up? Situations in the balance that require careful handling. So again, you were triggered. And these situations, they've been weighing on you for a long time. These situations, again, may have been generational, or maybe they were inner child, or maybe they were old relationship, or maybe they were something you've been working on within yourself for a long time. But this clearing, this careful handling is making all the difference. But it is time to carefully handle it. This was a full moon that brought things to the surface. For some of you, it was in your face. It might have been subtle, but however, energy has impacted you. Drink the water, get the rest, do the journal. Lifetime, God bless you. For me, definitely personal situation brewing in the background, right? So all we can do is pray. All we can do is pray. All right. So moving on. Now that we've gone through all that, right? Let's see where what other messages Spirit has for us. I'm going to use the Angel Tarot by Jane Wallace. Yeah, stress. The Nine of Swords. A stressful situation came up. Um, Again, you were triggered in some way. Something came up to be cleared, released, transmuted. Again, mental, emotional, physical, energetic, right? Some stress was highlighted, or some situation or relationship that is stressful came back up to be transmuted. But look at that success, right? You are successfully completing it. Whether you feel like you have successfully completed it or not, you're going to. Because this was a second full moon in this month, it was a deep dive. And Spirit wants you to know that it was not a deep dive that was arbitrary or it's going to go unnoticed. Like, this was a deep dive because Spirit really needed you to look at and release something very heavy weighing in your heart, weighing on your shoulders, a woulda, coulda, shoulda, or a broken heart. And it's through this releasing, transmuting, letting go, forgiving, that is bringing you into the success that you have been having a hard time feeling or getting to. You know, for many of us, right? We're doing the manifestation work, we're doing the gratitude journal, right? Things are happening, but they're not happening maybe as fast or as big as we would like them to, right? And I feel like this black full moon helped you get to a really deep or long suppressed emotion that is going to help you unblock yourself. Spirit is unblocking you so that you are now moving into a time of real success, sustainable success, things coming into your physical experience, getting out of the mental, getting out of the woulda, coulda, shoulda, getting out of the anger and the resentment and the beating yourself up and the powerlessness of a situation that did you dirty, whatever it was. It is now that you've moved through that. You are going to be starting to attain oh gosh, look at that. The reasons to celebrate. The new relationship, the new commitment, the new job, the new stability, emotional stability, financial stability, foundation stability, safety and security in relationship, in job, in whatever way this is coming in for you. This is beautiful energy that's on the back of this really, really difficult period. You know, full moons are, 3 days prior, day of, and 3 days post. It's a good week to be having this stuff being churned up and really hitting you in the face, right? People coming at you, triggering you, you kind of coming into these emotions and feelings and situations. And, we suppress things for a reason because it's hard. We suppress things because we don't want to deal with them. And sometimes it's because that situation's over, that person's gone, right? You feel like, what's the point? Like, they're not going to know, or, they don't impact me anymore. So, but what we don't recognize is we're still holding on to the stuff, right? The fear and the anger and the resentment and the woulda, coulda, shoulda, right? Especially, I just felt like this was a big release of the woulda, coulda, shoulda this weekend, of this black full moon coming in and really letting you let go of anything that you think you didn't do well, could have done better, should have stepped into and didn't, like whatever that was, it's gone and you can't do anything about it. So anything that was creating you stress around would have, could have, should have, I feel like got released. And for some of you, that's going to feel overwhelming, because when you have held on to an emotion, when you've held on to a hurt, when you've held on to an angst for decades, let's say, because I do feel like this, again, this full moon went deep, right? So we're talking, it's been there a while, right? That it really is difficult when it comes up, and it is going to create stress. It is going to create stress. But what I love that I'm seeing here is that on the other side of that, we have reasons to celebrate. We have new emotional situations. We have support coming in, whether it's emotional support, financial support, people support, right? This is what is on the other side of that. And if you don't start seeing that immediately, it's going to happen in the month of September. So I almost feel like this might be even a September reading. Yeah. September is going to be bringing you, this release is bringing you into stability. Slow and steady wins the race. So maybe that's why I was feeling lost today. Maybe that's what, this hangover of this full moon really has got me feeling like out of sorts. And what do I do? And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to do what I know works. I need a message from spirit, and I'm going to share that message, right? And that's what we're doing. This energy is going to be helping you to come into this very sustainable, grounded, building energy. I'm really feeling like some root chakra clearing here. I'm really feeling like for many of us, and in some way, probably all of us, something in the root chakra really got released, where it made you feel off balance. It made you feel not good enough. It made you feel afraid of your situation in whatever way. And this King of Pentacles is saying, this energy that you're coming into is going to be grounded. It's going to be rooted. It's going to be sustainable. It's going to be slow moving. It's going to be methodical, but it's going to create your stability. And so if things aren't happening quickly, that's okay. Yeah, because there's no more losing. There's no more fighting. There's no more. I'm in my mind's eye, I'm looking at the Seven of Pentacles of the Rider-Waite Tarot, where the guy's kind of holding 5 of the swords and 2 of them are behind him. And that's what I'm feeling. I'm feeling like you are leaving behind and walking away with your dignity. You're walking away with your integrity. You're walking away with your love. You're walking away with your compassion. You're walking away with your gratitude. You're walking away with your sovereignty. That the would have, could have, should have that has been holding you back is old. Again, going back to the very first card I pulled about karma, right? You've released some karmic pattern and you're walking away from it. You're leaving it behind because you're moving forward. So what that karma was stealing from you, was keeping from you, was hiding from you, is going to be revealed. And so that's why you're coming into your power. That's why you're going to have success and why you're going to have reasons to celebrate, because that would have, could have, and should have energy that was weighing you down, sitting on your shoulders, is being released. And it's bringing you into this ability to stand in your power. I've been actually dealing with a shoulder issue, and I actually went and talked to an orthopedist. And it actually, something popped in it this weekend when I had that aha moment about the would have, could have, and should have that I've been holding on to in a relationship that has really been holding me back. And I was like, I knew that I didn't need to do the physical therapy. I didn't have to worry about getting surgery. I knew it was going to get that I was going to be able to heal this shoulder, because it was more energetic than, yes, it's physical. And I know that I was overstretching it by reaching in a certain way for a long period of time. But I've been healing it on my own with some cream and stretching it, but not stretching it so much that it hurts or that I'm ripping or tearing anything. But it was such an aha moment for me that like I was the would have, could haves, and should haves that I've been holding on to for so long. Like they manifested physically. And that's what happens when we hold on to this stuff for too long. It really, we're a whole unit, right? We're mental, we're emotional, we're energetic, we're physical, right? And that's what I'm picking up, that what has been taken from us in this next month is going to be returned. But it's going to be returned in such a way that you are going to be way more safe and stable than you have been previously. And so this is going to be a beautiful energy, even though this full moon hangover has been tough. And again, maybe feel wonky, maybe feel lost, maybe feel like unmotivated. Give yourself grace, because what you have released or are releasing was a lot. And again, for some of you, it was karmic for your own karma. And for some of you, it was generational karma that you came in to transmute. So with that being said, let's get some advice. All right. Oh, Cynthia, that's beautiful. Understanding. Okay, I'm going to put that right up on the screen so people can see this. I love this. Understanding that the clearing is happening for us and not to us has helped things move sooner and less painful. I have learned it as a gift. Oh, that's beautiful. Thank you for sharing. Speaking of sharing, this Friday night, I will be doing the healing circle in my membership community, Living in Love. So that will be Friday night at 6:30. I will be doing a healing circle. If you want to get in on that, you can go to my website and subscribe. It is a monthly subscription. It does come out automatically, but you don't have to stay for any length of time. You can try it out and stay, or not. It's totally up to you, but we are going to do the healing circle this Friday night. Milk and honey. Card number 51. Essential meaning. The taste of prosperity, opportunities born of authenticity, nurturing abundance, trusting that your needs will be met. You've entered a sweet time in your life, enjoying the land of milk and honey that everyone wants to experience. It's an interlude that feels more languid than ambitious. When all your senses are awake to the unlimited possibilities in the universe, these times are precious and only come when you're in your authentic zone, wearing the world as a loose garment. Not wanting, yet able to be nourished in ways both tangible and subtle. Abundance is an energy that you are a living part of. All your needs are being met. You are given the gift of nourishment in every form. So that was the overall message and the protection message. A nameless unease compels you to turn to pleasure and comfort as a means to escape what's really going on. Distraction. It works in the moment, but only fleetingly, before the feelings return and you need to re-up until you're exhausted. Feeling worse than before, you may continue struggling, or you may see the light and choose to surrender to spirit. Now is the time for practicing extreme self-care. If you can, do so before you engage in behaviors you'll regret later. You are so loved, so cared for. Feel love and compassion for yourself. Turn your troubles over to the divine for healing. That's all that counts right now. So, beautiful messages this morning, and I really needed them because I was really feeling lost. I was really feeling swaying in the breeze. So thank you for helping me get grounded this morning. I truly appreciate it. So I'm probably going to put this up as a nice message for September, to be honest with you. So have a beautiful rest of your week. Definitely, hopefully, if you have not already, check out my podcast, Spiritual 411. Comment, let me know what you think. Doing 2 shows a week, dropping them Tuesdays and Thursdays. And if you want to work with me, I do have packages for integrated energy therapy healing, and I also have packages for spiritual life coach. So if you're someone that really is ready to deep dive and heal those traumas and dramas and move into connection with spirit, please reach out. All right, guys, have a beautiful rest of your Monday, and we'll talk soon. Thank you so much for being here.